Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Good morning. We're back to hang out with trees today. Our tree guides. What do the trees want to talk about today? How cold we are, how rainy it is, how tired we are. How not too many people listened to Manifest More Courage yesterday. Maybe the trees want to talk about how we're a bunch of complacent sissies. Nah, probably not. That's just me. So I love Thursdays because at this point in the week, I'm pretty tired a little bit, and it's an incentive for me to be like, all you have to do on Thursdays is show up. You don't have to decide what to talk about. All you have to do is shuffle cards and ask, what do the trees want to talk about today, and let it come through. So it's Thursdays, I set it up perfect for myself because, after my podcasting and my personal life schedule, by a Thursday, I'm like, whew, oh my gosh, let's nap today. Let's say we're going to read, but actually let's just read a paragraph and nap. I love that. I'm like, you guys, I'm going to go upstairs and read for an hour. No, I hardly ever actually fall asleep. But sometimes it just feels really good to close your eyes, go within, be held in that inner sanctuary, that inner peace, that inner presence, right? In each moment, we have a choice if we're going to be present or if we're going to allow ourselves to get stuck in our heads in worry and concern and anxiety and distractions and loneliness and whatever else, our ego trips us up, right? Our ego wants attention. Our ego is not satisfied. Our ego this, our ego that. We need to make a little bit more effort to just close our eyes, be held with our inner embrace, and just chill out. All right, so on that note, what do the trees want to talk about today? We've really had a great conversation all week. I mean, there's been a really nice flow with our herb of the week, mullein. One of the messages was integration, and it just sort of seems like everything that we've talked about this week or has come through, whether it be in the tarot podcast, the Manifesting More Courage, or, the mullein, our day with mullein. I can feel it getting interconnected and integrated. And as I look at the mullein cards that are up against my chalkboard wall here, I love the Four of Swords guy. He's resting. I love the butterfly, reminding us to have courage. And I love the mullein on the Ace of Fire, too, because it's just such a realistic picture of mullein. I said good morning to my baby mulleins, growing behind the garage this morning. I saw somebody post a picture of mullein this week, and they called it lamb's ear, but I was like, I'm just going to let him get away with it for right now. Right? When you just don't feel like correcting someone. Right? Just gonna let them have that. No harm done. But anyways, what do the trees want to talk about? Well, I'm gonna grab the Soul Trees deck by Allison Williams E. That's how we start off. We shuffle this deck, we get our topic, then we elaborate a little bit with the Wisdom of Trees Oracle, and then we get our vibrational attunement with the Celtic trees. They really just send us off in a good feeling place that is always, to me, conducive for a meditation or a nap or just a quieting of the mind and a closing of the eyes. Yeah, that's usually how they make me feel. So it is super rainy today. I was going to do a morning podcast out on the porch for Herbal Marie, but when it's raining, well, one, it's miserable and it's cold right now, but two, I have a metal roof on that porch and it's really loud, and the wind's blowing. It's not a sweet rain. This is like wrap your shawl around you and stay inside. And, if you're motivated enough, do the dishes. But other than that, take it easy today. Climb back in bed many, many times to, quote, read and knit and listen to music and play with your oracle cards and just take care of you. So I did 3 podcasts yesterday. I recorded 3 podcasts yesterday. So after I hung out with you, manifesting more courage, I went about my day. I cleaned rabbit cages. I did a bunch of stuff. And then, it was 6 o'clock. And I was like, you guys, that's my children. I was like, you guys, I have to go record 2 podcasts. And I had to tell them that because they needed to be quiet. They were having a good time. And I love that. But I had been sitting on the garlic podcast. And then I had a tarot podcast to do for the Devil Pan card, and I was like, I just want to get these done. So I did 2 back-to-back recordings last night, and it turned out really good. And at the end of the day, I was like, wow, you think I'd be more satisfied with my day? I recorded 3 podcasts, did all this chores, all this stuff, and there was something still at the end of the day, I still had more energy. I was like, and I still have enough energy for a lover had I have one here. But anyways, not that really works out when you have a house full of kids. It's hard to that was always my problem in my marriage, having no privacy in this house. So I was like, no big deal, whatever, go to bed, listen to music, groove your body, move your body, love yourself. And rest well. So I actually did sleep pretty good. One more thing. I had the most amazing dream before I woke up. There was some parts of the dream that weren't amazing. I feel like there was something I was supposed to be doing or whatever. Or I don't know. I can't remember the context of the dream, but the amazing part was I started, and I've done this before in dreams. I started running through the forest, on this trail, and I don't know if I had a javelin or a really long pitchfork or something, but every 3 or 4 steps as I was running, I would use this javelin stick pitchfork thing, and I would anchor it into the ground, and I would launch into this huge floating leap. I would leap as part of my run. It was very graceful and integrated, but so I would be running, and then I would leap as far as 4 steps. You know what I mean? Really long. So anyways, I was flying through the air a little bit. I wasn't actually flying, it was leaping, you guys. But it was awesome because I could see the ground, I was running, and the way things were passing by my vision and in the ground, and I could feel myself getting lighter and moving through the air and really cruising, but enjoyably and fun. And so I'm going to credit that to Pan, that I worked with the Herbal Tarot, because he is the frolicking goat man of nature. And I think I tapped into a little bit of his energy, but it was really fun. I was so agile and full of energy and strength. It was good. It was good. That was right before I woke up today. So I woke up in a really good mood. All right, so what do the trees want to talk about today? Because that's all I've got. my little me, that's literally my life right now. So here we go. What do the trees want to talk about today? We're just going to open this up, give it up to the trees to pick a topic for us. Oop, we're getting one right off the bottom. It is Honor Yourself. This cute little springy pink tree with a green vine growing up it. Now, that was on the bottom. Let's look at the top. On the top, we have energy. Ooh. So I'm going to actually put this on top of the Honor Yourself because it was on the top, and the way the trees are, it seems like one could flow into the other. So we have Honor Yourself and energy, because if and when you do honor yourself, it really does lead into energy, whether that be emotional energy, like just feeling good about yourself, physical energy, like, oh my gosh, I love myself, I love my life, I love what I'm working on, now I have more energy to get it done, whether it be nutritionally, like as you honor yourself and take care of your vessel and feed it good foods and exercise, take yourself for a walk, give yourself plenty of water, you'll have more energy. Like as you honor yourself, you're investing in yourself. And you know what you put out, you get back. Well, it's like you get this like circular energy within yourself, for yourself, around yourself, coming in yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're investing, you're like a self-watering container, you know? So I love how then it's like you've got this beautiful growth, you know, like this vine looks like it's hugging and tickling and holding this tree. Like, you know, like, hey, honor yourself, please yourself, pay attention to yourself. And then it's like when we look up at the energy tree, you can see that it's like there's veins, like capillaries and veins in this energy tree because it's orange, but yet there's this almost like the same type of idea, like it's part of the tree, but it looks like it could be a red vine that's wrapping around this tree and then outward to the branches. So when we take time to put into ourselves honor, love, respect, all the things that we need, right? Besides water, food, and air, right? We need other things. Like we don't have to settle for just surviving, right? We can survive and feel good. When we honor ourselves like that, we do have more energy to put outward then. So yeah, this energy tree is full of life, full of blood, full of energy, full of red, orange, yellow. Those lower 3 chakras, right? We have tended to ourselves. We've honored ourselves like with our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus chakra, and now we are working at like 100%. Now we're working at full capacity, and yeah, we can now get things done. We now have energy. We have energy now to put up with ourselves. We have energy now. It's not exhausting to do self-care. Like it's just part of us. Like we just honor ourselves with that. So I like too that like the honor yourself tree. She's it's a spring tree. She's bare. The background is pink. She is getting a few whitish blossoms, and I was gonna say she had red blossoms, but those aren't hers. That's from the vine, actually. That's from the vine. But it's really sweet colors, and it makes me think like go off alone, do something by yourself, be okay being by yourself, be okay being pure, being innocent, being where you're at. Like she's where she's at. She doesn't have many leaves. It's spring. She's just getting some white blossoms. She's easygoing about it with this pink background and light green grass. It's a very pastel. The darker green is from that vine, is from that growth. You know, she's not resisting this vine. She's allowing it to tickle her, to hold her, to spiral up her, go off one of her branches, kind of just be sweet. It's like sort of like she's letting the vine be her jewelry, adorn her with just a little bling, a little green vine bling. So I love it. It's like she's honoring her presence and knowing that this vine is decorative, and she likes the way it tickles her. So anyways, I love both of these trees. They're different. Like, cause it's like the honor yourself is like pastel, springy pink, you know, sweet, gentle. And then the energy tree is like red, fuchsia, like fuchsia red, orange, yellow. And it's like intertwined, and you can feel the energy moving. You can see the blood. You can really sense how much dynamic the energy tree has, or build up power or potential, or we need to direct this now. That's what the energy tree says. Okay, so that is where the message leaves off with what the trees want to talk about. We need to direct this energy now. So I feel like the honor yourself tree is sort of like a confirmation too, like, good job, you've been doing that, good job, but now it's paying off. It's not even a but. It's like, and now it is paying off, and you are bursting full of energy, right? Throbbing with this energy. Maybe it's Kundalini energy, maybe it's passion energy, and source energy. However you want to talk about it, we can direct it any which way you want now. So what do you want to do? Trees are like, what do you want to do? I don't know, trees. It's up to you. What do you want to talk about? So we're going to grab the Wisdom of Trees Oracle next and get some of these small cards. So I'm going to put these down a little bit. I told you I wanted energy on top of honor yourself. So it's almost like I'm going to make a trunk right now with these cards, and we'll get the Wisdom of Trees Oracle with their little cards, and we'll put them up as the branches and see now where we want to put this energy. I was feeling a lot of energy last night. I mean, my body is alive inside. It's alive outside too, but I'm just saying, like, dang, like, my mind is tired at the end of the day sometimes, like, for a minute, and I think, like, oh my God, I gotta lay down. But once I lay down, all that investment that I've made in myself, it's pulsing inside of me, and it's just waiting for me to direct it. It really is. So, and I got lots of choices where I want to direct it, what projects, who I want to give it to. Like, it is really, really fun to be like, wow, I can put this anywhere I want. But bottom line, regardless of where I want to direct my energy, I have to be honoring myself in the process and not lose sight of that. Okay, let's get Jane Struthers' deck out, the Wisdom of Trees Oracle. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our beautiful herb of the week, mullein, and I lovingly dedicate these all to you. Thank you so much for your support. I have the courage to follow my inspiration. I ignite the flame of creativity. I listen to the voice of my ancestors. I am integrating all aspects of my life. I take a breather and give myself time to rest and recuperate. I am open to the clarity and guidance that comes toward me. Yes, indeed, I have the courage to follow my inspiration. I ignite the flame of creativity. I listen to the voice of my ancestors. I am integrating all aspects of my life. I take a breather and give myself time to rest and recuperate. I am open to the clarity and guidance that comes toward me. And so it is. All right, let's rearrange the desk here so we have room. I'm curious now. Like, all right, we got this energy. Energy comes from when you honor yourself. Now where do we want to direct it? I'm just curious if the trees are going to give us any direction where we should direct our energy that we've cultivated from honoring ourselves. So I just honored myself with some Lay's potato chips and chocolate chips. I call it the full moon diet. You just eat whatever the hell you feel like you need to. But I do have a bunch of celery. I need to juice it up or make some soup. And that's the one thing about buying a bunch of fresh food. Man, it does not last. That is the one thing that I'm noticing, like, about trying to have a big shop and not go back to the grocery store for a while. The fresh food, after a week or so, I mean, it is not too impressive. So we really do have an interesting food system in our society where, like, we have to keep going back every week for the fresh stuff. And it's incredible when you think about how they supply it, how they keep us all fed, or keep the fresh stuff in the grocery stores. And then what a burden kind of for the grocery stores to be like, we got to move this out because we only have about a week to sell it before it goes to crap. And like, people don't even appreciate that. Like, I'm just like getting like a new perspective for the grocery stores and all that. So it's really important, I think, that we start foraging more and understanding that there really is always food around us, but we got to go looking for it and learn how to eat off the land again. So that's what I'm trying to work on in my head, putting together like some wild foraging podcasts, when in fact I don't really know so much about it, but I want to talk about it because that's how I learn about it. And when I do learn things about it, I want to share about it. But I'd like to do it in a way that's fun for me and easy, for fuck's sake, because I'm like done with like these research podcasts that I have to do for Herbal Marie. Like, I need more easy flowing podcasts that can just come through me and not make me feel like I'm working. All right, trees, where do you think we should put this energy now that we've summoned? We've honored ourselves. Honoring ourselves has created this energy. We're like pulsing and throbbing. Give us something or someone to do, please. We need an outlet. I mean, it's good to feel good. There we go. There's a card. And we'll do top and bottom, and this one bouncing up. One flew out, one bounced up, one's on the top, and one's on the bottom. Thank you. I need four different outlets. You guys, I literally can't have enough projects in my life. Like, I still have so much energy that I would still like a lover, even though I've got all these other fulfilling and rewarding projects. Like, I have a lot of energy. I've got stamina, okay? Like, I need somewhere to put it. So anyways, let's see what the trees think, though, because it's not always just about me here. We've got elm, we've got Montezuma cypress, we've got juniper, and we've got banyan. All right, so I like this, you guys. I love this spread right now. Like, should we skip the Celtic? Because this looks pretty cute just the way it is. All right, let's talk about these 4 trees of where we can put this energy. Come here, get a little closer. Where we've put this energy from that we've cultivated ourselves. Good job. You've been honoring yourself. You've created this energy. You can feel it now. And now we're going to get a few suggestions from elm, cypress, juniper, and banyan. So just by looking at these cards, I just want to tell you what I'm seeing here. The elm tree is this big old upright tree. There's 3 cattle grazing in this green, lush field, I guess, but it's not really a field to me. It's like a pasture. Yeah, it's pasture. It's different. A field and pasture is totally different. But this is so open. It's not like there's no fence. There is a stream. So it's like got a natural fencing, right? There's like a natural thicket in the background, but it's so big. Like these 3 cows are tiny in the picture because, you know, whether we're up so high looking at it, but they've got so much room to roam. Now the Montezuma cypress, there's this really cool looking Aztec man in the tree, and it's also has some water by it. There's a little turtle, some reeds growing. The Montezuma cypress tree's got these real knobby, go celebrate knobby. It's got these knobby things like above this little dude. So it's a real gnarly kind of looking tree. I like that about that. Now juniper is like 2 trees that are opening into this like birth. It looks like kind of looks very like a feminine opening. The juniper pussy trees are opening, and what's inside but stars. So where can we put some of this energy? Hopefully up into the galactic cosmic elements, or, you know, celestial. But anyways, we've got juniper berries at the bottom. We have these 2 juniper trees that they were together, then they grew out, they came in. It's, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's an opening. It is a juniper opening. And it's fabulous looking. I love it. Then we have banyan. Now banyan is that tree. We've had it before. It's incredible. I told you wouldn't believe it unless you looked it up and seen it for yourself on the internet. It sends down these aerial roots, which then become trunks. So a banyan tree can be like, it can span across acres, one tree, because it keeps on sending down new trunks and spreading out. It offers shade and protection and a fun place to play. So it's like when I think about the banyan tree, just on the question alone, like where can we put this energy out? We can really put it out. Juniper says, yeah, and you can put out. So I'm excited to see like which avenues we can spread our energy, we can anchor our energy, we can broadcast our energy, we can ingrain our energy with the Montezuma cypress, right? It's an ingrained, carved out man, and he's part of that tree. We can invest maybe this energy in ourselves. And elm, I'm not sure, because it's like, ooh, I know what I'm getting from elm. It is so spacious. We need to give ourselves space for the energy to flow. So as far as like feng shui goes, like there is plenty of room in between these 3 cows, which if you connect them with lines, they do form a triangle, but they're all at the 3 points of the triangle. There's space in between them, around them, for energy to flow. The streams are flowing in all these pictures. There's a lot of movement, but it's like, give yourself some space. Maybe you need to declutter. Maybe you need to make your house conducive for this energy to flow, for peace to flow. Clean up your projects, organize your stuff, organize your thoughts, get space in your head for the energy to flow. All right. Let me grab the book. Let me kick off my old lady shawl. I need some space to move my shoulders and breathe deep. Elm, then Montezuma cypress, then juniper, then banyan. So since we have 4 of them, we'll just try to go, Sadie, we're going to try to go through these fairly quick. Elm is about communication. So we can put our energy into communication. Be clear when talking to other people so that they are able to understand exactly what you mean. Dropping hints or expecting others to read between the lines of what you are saying will only lead to confusion and resentment. So if you've got a lot of energy, don't spoil it, don't dissipate it, don't waste it, don't yeah, don't sour your energy and let it seep out because you're just dropping hints. You're not asking for what you want. So a lot of this energy that you could focus on something is being dissipated because you're just like, I don't want to say dicking around, but like, why don't you just ask for what you want? Why don't you just say what you mean? Why don't you, like, instead of just letting this energy fizzle out? It's like a plastic bag has a tiny little hole, or a balloon has a pinhole. It's just like, right, this is like a small amount of air is just being wasted. It's coming out. Like, eventually you'll get deflated. Eventually that balloon will deflate itself because it was wasting this energy. And what is a waste of energy? Well, dropping hints and expecting other people to read between the lines, or worse yet, expecting them to read your mind. Hello, the human beings have not evolved to that point yet. I love the idea of telepathic communication, but we're not there yet. Nobody can read your mind. So it's going to lead to just like resentment in you, a waste of energy in you, and maybe frustration and confusion between the both of you. So it's really best to just be honest. You be honest with them. Tell them what you want. Keep your wits about you. And then they get to choose if they're going to reciprocate that back and be completely honest with you back, or maybe, and you know what, if they're not on the same page, if they don't want what you want, you'll know if they're telling the truth or not. You'll know if they're a vibrational match or not. And then it's like, you can decide, do you want to continue to put your energy towards them or not? Honor yourself enough to know when it's time to walk away from someone. The trees are like, listen, love everybody, but everybody doesn't need your precious energy. Okay? Invest in the people who want to be invested in, who want to invest in you back. If not, just, put it towards something else. Because it's really, it sucks. It sucks when you give somebody your energy and it's not appreciated or reflected back, or like they don't want it, and they don't want to give you nothing in return. Like, honor yourself enough, respect yourself enough to be like, okay, you don't get any more of my energy, right? I mean, before you do that, you can try honest, open communication like Elm is saying, but then know when to move on. All right, speaking of moving on, let's go to our Montezuma cypress. Good point, trees. Good point. I like it. The Montezuma cypress, she is the tree that she grows between the land and the water, and she wants us to have a balance between material and spiritual worlds. Okay, so she's coming in to say, so let's talk about this energy. She says, are you feeling bogged down by worries and difficulties? Obviously, right now, that could be a yes for you. All this Corona, COVID stuff, like, it's like, aren't you getting to the point where it's like, if you see one more COVID ad, you just want to be like, nobody cares, COVID. Okay, like, not that you don't care about any people affected, but aren't you just starting to get to the point where you're done worrying about things and like, I just don't care to care anymore. I don't care to give my energy to this anymore. It's not serving me at all. I can tell that. Like, so it's like, if you're feeling bogged down by worries and difficulties, Montezuma cypress is saying you need to learn to focus your attention on whatever is most important to you. Okay, so this is what Elm was saying too. Don't dilute your power by concentrating on trivial matters. Like, we're not saying all this stupid shit doesn't matter. Okay, it matters to the people that it matters to. But actually, does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? That's the question. Does it matter to you? Is this what you want to put your energy into? Is this what you want to manifest? Or do you want to put your energy into something different? Who and what do you want to give your power to? Yourself, right? You want to honor yourself. Always be giving it to yourself. Now, what do you want to invest your energy and power into? On trivial shit or something that matters to you? Okay, so it's a good question from Montezuma Cypress. You know, like, what do you want? What do you want to put it into, right? So you need to anchor in your spiritual self, your material self, and really find that sense of who you are and what you want. And then stand firm, because you know yourself and you know what you want, and you know that you can stick with it and not feel like you have to change your mind. Like, so when you know yourself, you're like, I know what is right for me, you know? And then you can line up with what you want and what is right for you. So you can line up your energy. You don't have to be wishy-washy. You don't have to be like getting thrown around emotionally from the trivial stuff that society is literally bombarding you with right now. Right now, and timeless. Okay, and you could be listening to this like 3 months from now, it's still going to be bombarding you. 3 years from now, a good chance society could still be bombarding you with trivial matters. So quit changing your mind, quit changing your plans to suit everybody else's tantrums for the day, and line up your energy with what you want, with what resonates with you, and learn to focus your attention on whatever is most important to you. Do not dilute your power by concentrating on trivial matters. It's like, I don't want to be an a-hole, but this just doesn't really matter to me. So I'm just going to have to honor myself and walk away and refocus myself on what is important to me. And what is the most important thing? Juniper jumps into the conversation now and says, your spiritual journey. And then Juniper just stares at us like, what? Tell me I'm wrong. Juniper's like, tell me I'm wrong. And we all know better at this point. If we have been hanging out here at Ho, we know better to even argue against the statement that the spiritual journey is the most important, right? We know better because we know it's all about our spiritual journey, our evolution, our expansion, our ascension. So yeah, everything else is trivial. Everything else becomes trivial when we compare it to our inner spiritual journey. Now, Montezuma Cypress was saying you got to have that balance between the physical and the spiritual, right? Now, Juniper really is coming in with a strong connection with the spirit world. So she's saying, okay, if you've got your footing, you've got your head screwed on straight, you've got your focus, you've got your strength to walk your path now, regardless of how many side shoots there are, right? Side streets you could turn down to within trivial. Welcome to Trivial Avenue. Don't go there. Stay on the main road, your road. Stay focused in your direction. And when you're walking that path of light, when you're really focused on your spiritual journey right now, Juniper comes in to strengthen that, protect you, guide you. She's like, you can call on me when you need my protection and guidance within the spirit world. So the question is, where do we want to direct our energy that we have built up within us? Because we've been honoring ourselves, we've been doing the work, and we are pulsating and throbbing with life force. And where do we want to put it? Into the spirit realm now. So Juniper says this is an excellent time to investigate any form of psychic work that you feel drawn to, provided that you are acting with the best of intentions for everyone concerned and that you ensure that you are physically or psychically protected. Psychically protected. But physically strong enough to do the energetic work. I feel like that wasn't a mistake that I said that. Like, you do have to be physically well and grounded and healthy to even want to embark on anything expanded, you know? So get yourself feeling good, but then, and then when you're ready, do your psychic protection, your psychic clearing, and investigate more psychic work. So it's like, okay, we've got all this energy. What do we want to do with it? Ooh, well, what are you drawn to psychically? What do you want to work with? What realms do you want to work with? And just make sure that you are wanting to expand your skills and your powers for the highest good of the all, okay? With the best intentions, okay? So it's like, that is a great idea where we can manifest, or not manifest, but direct more of our energy. And then, yeah, it will be interesting to see what we manifest. But Juniper does usually like come in with, that message that you do want to be protected. Not everyone around you is as well-meaning as they seem. That's why it was important for us to first get that message from Elm, to know when to walk away from certain people. Like, this is an energy drain. This is a vampire. Do you know, like, this is just an unappreciated mother trucker. Like, do not put any more energy into this person. Or this person is an energy taker, and they will just take, that's the vampire, take and take and take and not give anything back. So know when to redirect your energy into something more beneficial. Be choosy. Okay, be choosy about who you trust and who you confide in and where you are putting your energy. But Juniper is saying, follow your interests and your nudges and your instincts into the psychic realms. Do more work like that. All right, I love it. Okay, and then Banyan, what do you have to say? What do you want to chime in with? It has the message of anchoring, right? I was telling you about those roots. The aerial root system is what it's called. But he says that he wants to teach us how to anchor he says, I want to teach you how to anchor yourself within the world to increase your sense of being grounded. So yeah, like, we're going maybe inward and outward into the psychic realms, but then it's like, okay, bring it back into your body, bring it back into the world, reinvest it into the reality that you are creating. And Juniper was saying, make sure you have the highest intentions. And that's what Banyan is saying. Yeah. And what are your highest intentions? Service to humanity, service to others, service to the all. So even though it started out with us honoring ourselves, investing with ourselves, respecting ourselves, knowing when to maintain boundaries, protect ourselves, all that, quote, selfish work is actually in the name of helping others. And that's what Banyan is saying. Like, there are people that need your emotional support, your physical support, your moral support. Okay, maybe they know it, maybe they don't know it yet, but people need you. So now that you've invested in yourself, you've honored yourself, you are balanced, you are grounded, you are anchored, you are strengthened, you are opened, you are expanded, you are aware, you are in this beautiful place now to help the people who are ready for your help. So all you can do is let people know you're available. When they're ready to be helped, you will be there to help them, to assist them. Not that they're going to get dependent on you or anything. You're not going to let that happen. But you are going to help guide people if they want it, right? So it's like, In a way, it's like this beautiful exchange of energy now that you're ready to give, and it's going to be healthy. It's not going to be codependent, right? We're going to give and not expect really back, but the universe will take care of us. We're going to give without being psychotic, codependent, attached, crazy people. We're going to step into a new realm with this energy because we've done so much, quote, selfish work that we are full and satisfied and self-sustaining. We're the self-watering container with this energy. So yeah, Banyan does say try to avoid holding on to people, possessions, or situations for fear of losing them. Kind of takes me back to the elm tree too, where we were thinking about that energy flow, that feng shui. It's like you can give to things, you can give to people, but we need space. Not out of any like fear reason, but just the fact that like it feels good to have energy flowing and space in between. Ooh. So anyways, very, very interesting. The banyan tree is just so cool when you look at it. It is definitely a sacred tree in India. It's just beautiful. It is really, really beautiful. So it's like just as the banyan tree offers shelter and shade to animals and people, like we do want to be putting ourselves out there, this energy that we've created, so that when people do need somewhere to turn to, they do need to be around your energy. You can welcome them into your spacious energy field and have more than enough to share and go around and flow freely. I don't know about you, but that feels like really complete. like, can we just get back in bed now? Because it's really, really rainy, and I love the sound of the rain on the windowsill. But I guess it really wouldn't be a Thursday if we didn't at least get one Celtic tree. I don't know where I want to put it, though, because I just love the way that this looks. It doesn't matter. I'll put it wherever I want. I'll take a separate picture. If I feel like it, I'll give it some space. So that is beautiful, isn't it? What a beautiful, beautiful hangout with the tree guides. All right, we will get a Celtic tree because I just know how enjoyable they are. I know several people have reached out to me and been like, I love that Celtic tree oracle, and they just are so into it. It really is the best. This deck is the best. It's by Sherilyn Hidalgo, Celtic Tree Oracle. I don't know Sherilyn, but I should look her up just to get a face, to appreciate in my mind, because she did such a good job. All right, so creating space with this energy that we've created by honoring ourselves, having more than enough energy. Thank you, Elm. Thank you, Cypress. Thank you, Juniper. Okay. Thank you, bottom card of the Celtic Tree Oracle. And we've got Blackthorn. Ooh, this is beautiful tree. This is beautiful tree. Beautiful tree looking at. Number 14. It's got its spring blossoms. So cool. Just want to smell them. I just want to smell them. Got some 2 leaves on this little sprig. But yeah, the tree in the background looks pretty bare. So it's kind of like that honor yourself tree. Those flowers remind me of the ones on the honor yourself tree. So I wish that I could put this underneath the honor yourself tree. Like, that's where it's energetically going to be for me. Even though my desk is not big enough, that's where I feel like it should be, under the honoring yourself. So maybe we'll have a little more insight about honoring ourselves with the blackthorn tree. But yeah, it's like that same type of season feeling, like early spring. Of course, not like today. I don't see any blossoms on trees yet. they're starting. The buds are starting. Little baby buds. Little baby buds. I love them. So blackthorn is all about, where's the keywords? Blackthorn is all about protection, boundaries, fate, strife, negation, outside influences, disruption, learning from challenges, drawing on spiritual strength, new direction or opportunity, and renewal. So this is actually really cool because everything we just talked about, like, it was like, that sounds great. And blackthorn is like, yep, and life is going to continue on, and you're still going to have your challenges, and the little trivial disruptions are going to come knocking all the time. Like, you're going to get tested again and again and again, and you'll learn from this. But what you need to do really is draw on your spiritual strength. Really. Blackthorn's main question is this: how do we deal with seemingly negative situations? Do we see them as purposeful? Does it matter how we approach them? So, yeah, it's like life is still going to keep going on. So all the advice that the trees gave us, the tree guides, all their brilliant advice to, clear the space and protect the space and go within and get balanced and go into the spiritual psychic realms and come from a good place, highest intentions. We really are going to have to keep on, I want to say, leaning on that or going there or reaffirming that. A difficult and disruptive period often marks the beginnings of a necessary deep change. So yeah, where's society at right now? Definitely in a disruptive, difficult period. And why is that exciting for so many light workers? Because it's marking the beginning of a necessary deep change that we have been waiting for. We have been waiting for this renewal, for this new direction, for these new opportunities. And yeah, it really does have to get a little crazy first. So let's see what else we want to say here. When you get blackthorn in a reading, you are in need of protection. Energetically, the spike-like thorns of this tree can help, especially when you visualize a blackthorn thicket springing up around to shield you. This tree can help you to set clear, strong boundaries about what and whom you will let in, and about what and whom you will not. So blackthorn is really coming in to we got this message already. We got this message already about, who are we hanging out with? Who are we giving our energy to? Who are we tolerating? Like, who do we need to give the boot? Who do we need to walk away from? What do we need to walk away from? What energies are not in our best interests, right? So just like that elm green pasture, I told you, like, there's natural boundaries. Like, those cows aren't going to jump over the stream. That very could well be a blackthorn thicket around the curving corner in the back. Like, it is naturally fenced in, right? Naturally protected, or keeping things out away from the cattle. So yeah, we need to set up clear, strong boundaries. That is honoring yourself. You do not need to let anyone and everyone stomp through your house with their dirty feet. Okay, and that's like, not just your physical home, but that's your mental home. That's your emotional home. Okay. You have to know when to clean up the energies within you, around you, and yeah, with people too. But even just like your Facebook feed, if there's always someone that posts like negative or violent or just overly like I've seen some really raunchy shit being posted, and at some point you're just like, I gotta unfollow this person because it just ain't working for me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, something is not adding to your experience. So yeah, clear, strong boundaries. It's okay to have them. So Blackthorn also says, although you may not have a choice about what is happening in your life, you do have a choice about how you relate to any challenges. So drawing this tree can remind you to choose the equanimity that will help you move through these difficult times. So choose the calmness, the equanimity, the calmness that will help you move through these difficult times. So yeah, the world is gone to shit. Okay, there ain't nothing we can do about that. But we can choose how we react to it. We can choose calmness anyways, even if everyone else is running around like a chicken with their head cut off, squawking that the sky is falling. We can actually still take it upon ourselves to just be calm and peaceful and detached enough that we are conserving, protecting, and honoring our own energy. You are in the process. You are in a process of growing your character. If you are never challenged, you are unlikely to grow. So yeah, I mean, it's like when you're growing plants, you want the wind to blow on them. You want them to get stronger. They need that. You need that. So for this reason, you can look at the opposition and any type of adversarial forces as actually your allies. So the difficulties are actually teachers. Difficulties are teachers, and negative situations bring lessons to learn, right? They're catalysts. They help propel you into your new energy. When one door closes, another door opens. So yeah, all your lessons are your blessings. So you are being told today through the Blackthorn that it is time for some heavy duty changes. In order to grow, you are asked to let go of people and situations, as well as self-defeating beliefs and attitudes. Sadie. Screw you, Blackthorn. Okay, no, just kidding. Thank you, Blackthorn. It is time to let go of people and situations. And sometimes those people are inside our heads as self-defeating beliefs and attitudes. So yeah, you might not be able to change others. You might not be able to change a situation you're in, but you can change yourself. It is a time to let go of the need for revenge or lashing out or destructive behavior towards yourself or others. We ain't doing that no more. So let go of animosity, let go of judgment, let go of resentment. Let go of habits that are not working for you. Honor yourself by letting go of this bullshit. And most of this bullshit you have been lugging around within you. Judgment, resentment, destructive behaviors, feeling like you need to lash out, revenge, just being bitter, just being a bitter bitch. You're going to let go of this now. You're going to let go of these habits that are not working for you. So that's why Juniper's like, you need to go psychic and spiritual and expand more, because it's important now for us to ask our guides for support. Ask our guides for spiritual strength. They are here for you and will answer your need. They cannot help you without your invitation, though, as they would never interfere with your free will. So all this energy that you have, all this free will, where do you want to put it? Who do you want to ask for help? Okay, you can ask the universe, source energy, God, Jesus, any of the deities, any of the archangels, any of the guides, any of the spirit animals, any of the higher dimensional beings, any of the extraterrestrials, any of the dragons, any of the fairies, any of the elementals. Which guides do you want to ask for support and spiritual strength? Because they're literally all available to you. All you have to do is ask. But they're not going to impose themselves on you. Not even Jesus. Not even Jesus. He has to still respect your free will. So it's like literally ask and you shall receive. But honey, you have to ask. So if you have been if you have been feeling like difficulties been like about to overcome you, and you've been letting it overcome you, and you've been focusing on all this trivial negative stuff, and you've been feeding it, you've been thinking about it, you've been talking about it. I mean, it's just a warning for you that it will get worse. It will increase. Whatever you're putting your energy towards is going to grow. So if you are adding to the panic, that is what you are investing in. If you focus on what you don't like or what you don't want, you will only get more of that. So it is really, really time for you to watch where you are flowing your energy. And now you have an opportunity to be aware of that and to turn things around. So if you've been focused on the negative, you need to focus on the positive now. Or at least just the neutral. If you can't jump from team negative to team positive, that's fine. Get in that middle ground. Walk the middle path. Try to detach and not care about either. Get neutral. Get your balance. Get your groundedness. And then you can move towards positivity. Okay? So if it's storming in your life, all you can do is batten down the hatches and hang on to your hats. You know what I mean? Like if you're in the middle of chaos and a storm, all you can do is hold on tight. This will be over soon. But you got to remember, your attitude is everything. And so if you find yourself blaming others, being resentful, being judgmental, being a JB, okay, you have to stop that. Okay, it's honoring yourself by having this self-responsibility that's going to help you get out of your difficulties. If you are always blaming other people and being the victim and all that shit, you're giving your power away. And it's only when you realize that you created all this, you've allowed all this, that then you're like, oh yeah, and I can clean up all this. And then you change yourself. And then you become what you want to be. And then you create the world that you want to live in. But what's the first step? Forgiveness. And that's what I learned a year or so ago. And then I did A Course in Miracles for 365 days, and I literally changed my mind. Literally. And it was only when I started forgiving myself and people and everybody, then I started to see a better place for myself in the world. Oh, okay. All right. All right, Blackthorn. Okay, let's get the message from the Blackthorn Deva. Oh, that was intense. That was intense, but that's what we needed to hear. And I'm glad that we picked the Blackthorn card. And I'm glad that we are going to be more deliberate now about where we are putting our energy. So the Blackthorn Deva says, I am the strong and impenetrable Blackthorn. I challenge you to see any difficulty you may be experiencing as an opportunity to let go of a pattern that is harmful to you or is holding you back from growth and maturity. You may resist, but the sooner you look to your own attitudes and beliefs, the sooner you can get on with your life. When you run into trouble, look into your own mind, your own heart and soul. Put your attention on what you are learning and what is required of you. Seek the higher road. Apply patience and be kind to yourself and others. Breathe deeply and know that this too shall pass. Well, holy crap, that message was pretty concurrent with the times. Wow. Thank you, Blackthorn. Thank you, Elm. Thank you, Montezuma Cypress. Thank you, Juniper. Thank you, Banyan. Thank you, Soul Trees, for just really reestablishing a lesson that we all knew, but we could know better, and that is to honor ourselves and focus our energy where we want it to go and grow. So I don't know about you, but I really did need to hear all that again. And I will keep on working on it some more for sure. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with the tree guides. Energy comes when you honor yourself. Whew. Ain't that the truth?